Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a VOD review with TTV going up against Ascendance in yesterday's Shiny League January Emerald event. Now, this is the last big Shiny League event that leads into the finals, but the crazy thing is that Lutano is going to be picking Blastoise. Now, you can see him moving his build around, which I think is important because he's been going back and forth between Double Band Buddy Barrier or Muscle Buddy and Score Shield. And we're seeing him swap over for the Focus Band here. So he's been playing solo top Blastoise, and I think that this is a really cool thing. Also, sorry, I'm sick. I'm not going to lie. I think I might have COVID again, which is just crazy. We'll talk all about that. But the cool thing about this is that this is just one of the games. He played a lot of Blastoise this series. He ends up closing out this series. This is game 1 or game 2, if I remember correctly. He ends up closing out the series on Serena, so he is still playing Serena top lane, but it's just really cool to see him playing some more Blastoise. Now, I've seen him play this in top lane again in the past, but it's really fun to see again. So the meta's evolving, the meta's changing, people are trying different things. That's always exciting to me, but also just the fact that this was a bracket reset. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team comps really quickly, and I'll talk about what I was just saying. So they have bottom lane Pikachu, Wigglytuff, Eldegoss with Toon on Dragonite in the jungle, Blastoise solo top. The opposing team is going to be the same exact team comp, but Overlord will be on Lucario in top lane. So yeah, this was a bracket reset. I'll probably pop that up on the screen now, where Ascendance actually beat TTV 2-0 in the winner's bracket. TTV climbs out of the loser's bracket. 2-0 is Ascendance, and then 2-1 Ascendance for the bracket reset grand finals wins. So huge performance by TTV in this one. So let's go ahead and hopefully take a look. I might have some of the comms on a little bit.
Into existence right now.
Let's go ahead and listen. Take a look. Let's watch that top lane. And if I cough, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Just spited him and gave us West.
All right. So we got Double Band Buddy Barrier, which I think is a great way to play Blastoise. Have Lutano hitting these first 2 A-Poms. And he's going to get that level 3 and move on to the neutral, which this is very typical top lane play. Trying to get control of that neutral. If he can get that, if he can. This is going to be the interesting thing to see how he plays against Lucario, because, Lucario dominant in a 1v1 for sure. But he's winning this trade really hard. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Defending his farm a little bit, uses that Skull Bash to secure one of those. Might try to do that again. He got that. Wow, he got that. I didn't actually see if that was because of the Skull Bash or because of the boosted auto, but I want to say that was the boosted auto secure. And that's crazy. You actually hear Lutano call out how many A-Poms he's had, which kind of paints the picture for what his level is and what it's looking like. So they're just so incredibly min-max. There's a lot of nuance in their communication that sometimes gets missed because we don't always listen to every little thing they say. But that's part of teamwork, right? And part of being a top-tier team. So the Bs have happened. It didn't look like he got a lot of them. Hopefully Toon got a decent number, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're doing pretty fine. You can see they're just auto-attacking a little bit. He's kind of losing this trade, though. And then Overlord's going to go get some top lane. Nice. He's going to be able to get his Hydro Pump here. They're doing a little bit of handshaking, which is nice, though, because he's going to get 29 in, so that's really big. I mean, that's a lot of points. See how he looks to secure? I like that. Pushing it away. Oh, so unfortunate. He's kind of in a crappy position now. So use the eject button. He's got the Hydro. He needs it. Focus Spam does pop. So that the Focus Spam, I think undeniably, when he's playing against a Lucario, he probably wants to use the Focus Band because it helps him in the laning phase. Otherwise, you can imagine that, being a defender, you would prefer to play against a, or prefer to have a Score Shield, sorry. Prefer to play with a Score Shield. Kind of lost my train of thought there watching them fight. So, I mean, the crazy thing is, you're watching it, right? This is Blastoise versus a Lucario. And, we could probably just say it's honestly, player skill diff, right? Because, I don't think most of us could probably go up against a good Lucario as a Blastoise and do well. But he is, he's doing very well. 720 Bs are about to come up, so used to saying bears now. He's a little behind in the lane, but that's the thing, I know he knows the other player has E-Speed, so he's not really going to be able to hard contest the Bs. He's getting what he can. Maybe even we'll go for a turn in. Yep. They're just kind of handshaking a little bit. Again, he's a little bit behind, but who do you think scales better in a team fights, Lucario or Blastoise? Realistically, damage-wise, it's probably Lucario with the E-Speed, but Blastoise brings a lot to the table. Oh, slightly off the pad. Blastoise brings a lot to the table, especially as the non-main defender, too. Like, if you have, like, Wiggly playing, like, that main tank defender role. Okay, he's got Surf. He couldn't help Toon there. He's going to have to try to get out. This is a tough spot to be in. He's dead. He's definitely dead here. Okay.
They're gonna cap behind.
Little unfortunate. They'll probably break behind.
I'm just running bottom, but I'm dead actually.
Long fights. I think that TTV was able to get Dreadnought. I wasn't really paying attention to that, if I'm being completely honest. I think I missed it, but Lutano will go top lane, and we'll see how they take fights and how they proceed. One thing you'll see with a lot of top teams is that they don't like. I think like ranked is like kind of putting us in this weird position where we play the game almost to like certain extremes. Oh, that's unfortunate. We play the game to like certain extremes where like, oh, Dreadnought's dead, everyone goes top lane. And the reality is that like that's not really the way to play, mostly because you just leave your lane way too exposed. There's 550 Bs that will spawn up that you might be missing out by doing that. So I would love to see that like I would love to see the player base like slowly over time start respecting like off laning and like the importance of like not just a full rotating everywhere all the time. Like we had Wiggly Pikachu stay bottom that entire time, and it's just because teams are I think that high level players prioritize like wanting to keep their goals, wanting to get farm, wanting to you know, like not let them get free turn in, which is the same thing as keeping your gold, but they prioritize more fundamental stuff than just, oh, can we get Rotom? Like Rotom's a good objective, but I think that it's not nearly as snowball-y as it seems in solo queue. So they're behind. They just had a 35 overdunk against them on bottom, but they are grouped up here. 5 Unite moves. We'll see this first big fight. Pikachu's low. Could be a big Surf. Okay, Wiggly ult's down.
I'm just AFK for now. We should look at Dread, I think. They can't step in. They can't step into us if we do Dread.
I'm listening to the comms a little bit. Can't step into them if they get Dread. The cool thing about Blastoise ult is that he's going to have to pop it soon. The Blastoise ult acts as like a pseudo secure, but also acts as like an area denial tool to give Dragonite room. Now, I don't know if that's why they. Oh, look at that! Look at that 49 overdunk. Oh my gosh, huge. I don't know if that's why they pick it, but if you're playing into a Dragonite, the only way to stop a Dragonite secure is to hard pressure the Dragonite, right? But if you hard pressure the Dragonite and you step into a Blastoise, then you're stepping into CC, you're stepping into the Unite move, and I think that's important to know. So he stays bottom, gets some offlane experience. There is no bot tier 1 goal, so he's just gonna rotate up and farm. And yeah, keep himself moving. Big pick out on Pika. Look at that CC holding him against the wall. Blastoise, the thing about Blastoise is that he leans more all-rounderish than he does defender, because he's tanky, but he brings some serious damage to the table. And it's almost like the CC that he does bring is so displacement heavy that it's not even like good CC. Like I would rather have Wiggly CC and Wiggly ult for a tank than a Blastoise CC and Blastoise ult. But he's like a tankier, like very defender leaning all rounder. All right, eject button down. They secure. Focus fan popped, but he's still alive. Well done. Good fight. Close battle. That's good. They could surf this. This is going to be a huge surf if he potentially pushes it off. Nice. Ah, so close, but I don't think they'll be able to stop this.
Oh my god, he's gonna live. It's unreal.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm also gonna die.
I need to save it for a second. I can't.
Yeah, you hear Zug talking about how, damn, dude, that was so close for them to get points in. So they're gonna lose lead here.
So freaking unlucky, man. It's actually unbelievable.
They lose. Okay, so they should be at struggling if I counted correctly. That said, he needs to try to farm up an ult if he can.
I don't know who has one.
Nice, they get the Dread.
50%.
Yeah, he won't have ult.
I'm on my way bottom.
He was trying to use that ult. I understand the play. He wanted to use the ult to give them the point lead, because having a point lead going into the final 2 minutes is huge. They have a lot of ults already, and he could potentially tick into it.
84%.
You could hear that. Let me charge ult. He's communicating with his team. He wants to charge.
Watching for my back out. But I just AFK waiting for ult.
Good camera usage so he can get some context. Like I like seeing that. Obviously, I mean it's Lutano, but just making note of it for y'all to know. Really good poke. They have the Lutano ult. He ticks into it. They're pulling so that way they come in. Hard engage. Might use an eject button.
I'm waiting on buddies.
He's waiting on buddy barriers to go down.
Just look at the Dragon Knight here.
Still has eject button ult. Eject ult.
Nice job, yes.
Bit of a flip, but they were honestly just like, look at the health bars at the top. They were winning that fight like consistently. And he's not going to let this guy get away. So they score. He chases him down. GG. I love it. I love it. I like the fact that he can get away with running this in lane. I wonder what the play is. You know me being someone that follows the competitive scene and follows all these players, I don't unfortunately have enough time to just sit and watch their streams like all day long. But I would love to hear those conversations, right? Like, I would love to hear, oh, well, why do you want to play that? Oh, well, I think that if I'm playing Blastoise, it's a good team fight. They have to step in to try to deal with Toon because they're stepping in, gives us really good engage on a team fight. I think that it's funny because when I was playing with the Bandicoots, when we had our team going, I was trying to get Blastoise in jungle. I'm just going to sit back in for footage. I was trying to get Blastoise into jungle because I really wanted to find a place to put Blastoise, but the reality is that Blastoise just doesn't really fit the defender tank role that much, and you can't really run it in 1-1-3 in the bottom lane. So I think top lane as Blastoise is probably like the best place you could run it. If the tank meta wasn't so focused on like hard farming a character, maybe that could work. But really, really interesting stuff. I really enjoyed watching this. This was a kind of a treat. Like I said, this was like game 1 or game 2 of their series against Ascendants, which was a bracket reset. They came all the way out of the losers bracket after losing to them in the winners bracket and beat them in 2 series, which is really impressive. So solid performance from TTV as always. And the Shiny League finals are going to be coming up next weekend, which I'll definitely be at least doing like a VOD review or 2 off of. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Like for me anyways, I would definitely appreciate it. Drop a comment if you don't mind. Let me know your thoughts. Be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone that you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.